This show is all about VA efforts to help our nation's veterans say no to suicide and yes to taking the steps to being whole again.
First, we provide an overview of suicide prevention work and resources at VA.
We take a look back at the VA Suicide Prevention Center and Veterans Crisis Line in Canandaigua, New York.
And the center's dedicated employees.
I'm Yvonne Rannells with the Office of Diversity and Inclusion.
And I'm Nick Antonetti with the Office of Information and Technology. We'll be right back.
America's service members and veterans are strong, forged out of bravery, sacrifice, and duty. From all corners of the country, a family for life. But whether they served in lands far away or communities close to home, some of these men and women may face difficult times or even crisis. But sometimes reaching out for help can be the most challenging and worthwhile mission of all. Thankfully, friends, family, and communities are standing by their service members and veterans now more than ever. We're all in this together. When you recognize something isn't right, make the call to the Veterans Crisis Line or Military Crisis Line. During times of crisis, reach out and call. Dial 1-800-273-8255 and press 1.
September is Suicide Prevention Month, and this show is all about the things VA has and does to help our nation's heroes cope. Over the past 5 years, VA employees have worked tirelessly to put the tools in place to lower the suicide rate among the nation's veterans and active duty service members. One of those tools is the Veterans Crisis Line. Launched in 2007, the Veterans Crisis Line is a hotline for veterans or their family who need help in times of crisis. The hotline has now received almost 900,000 calls and saved over 30,000 lives. In 2009, the Veterans Crisis Line added an online chat and has since engaged in more than 108,000 chats. In November 2011, another feature was added, a mobile text messaging service, which has already responded to over 10,000 texts. During this Suicide Prevention Month, the Crisis Line managers want you to show us what matters by sharing a photo of what matters to you, connecting veterans and loved ones to a community that cares. Every photo is a reminder. Support for veterans is just a call, click, or text away. In connection with the Veterans Crisis Line, VA is pushing the initiative, Stand By Them, a campaign for family members of veterans to get the info they need to identify problems and provide them with a resource to help their veterans in need. We can all get the information involved with the Stand By Them campaign at the website on the screen. A newer tool the VA announced in November 2012 was the interactive web-based life coaching program Moving Forward. The program allows 24/7 anonymous access to problem-solving therapy that can be used independently or in conjunction with mental health treatment. To find out more about Moving Forward, visit the website on the screen. Along with those great tools, VA also offers PTSD treatment, including a PTSD mobile app, comprehensive mental health treatment with state-of-the-art treatment psychotherapies and biomedical treatments for the full range of mental health problems, substance abuse treatment, and military sexual trauma treatment. Visit our multi-layered website for information and links to help any veteran or family member with any of these issues. The Department of Health and Human Services also has a wonderful website with lots of information and tools to help all kinds of people find health services and resources in their area. There is even a section for veterans with cross-connections to resources provided by DoD, VA, and other government agencies. Here's an interview with Catherine Power, the lead on the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration's strategic initiative on military families.
On the website mentalhealth.gov, we have a special section on veterans because we are deeply concerned about that population getting appropriate, accessible care for their behavioral health needs and whatever services they may need in order to be able to accomplish reintegrating into the community. And we are working very closely with both the Department of Defense and the Department of Veterans Affairs to assure that when veterans go onto the website, they will be directed appropriately to services and to care that are the best match for what they need. There are a variety of connecting points and other connecting websites that are hyperlinked to the topic at hand. So, for example, if a veteran or a family member was having some issues with post-traumatic stress disorder, was having trouble with an anxiety disorder, was having trouble with sleeping, was having trouble with hypervigilance, or was having a condition that they really wanted to seek care, the links would move them to either the closest Department of Veterans Affairs Service Center, to peer services that are operated by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and to a locator where community-based mental health and substance abuse agencies could be found, and generally very easily done by zip code, so that both the veteran and their family member can really, in a very short period of time, be connected with appropriate information that describes those conditions and also appropriate information about where they can access treatment and care for those conditions.
The American veteran produced this story entitled Behind the Scenes at the Veterans Crisis Line. The story is what we call evergreen, still pertinent and compelling, on the good work still going on every day at the VA Suicide Prevention Center in Canandaigua.
In New York State's picturesque Finger Lakes stands a stoic warrior, the Canandaigua VA Medical Center. This proud facility has been fighting hard for veterans for more than 75 years. But it's their latest battle that may be one of the most difficult.
I believe we're the last line of defense for vets. We have the ability to talk to vets, I believe, like no other organization. They can connect with us anytime, day of the night.
Thank you for calling the Veterans Crisis Line. This is Kaylee. How can I help you?
The staff that work here are phenomenal. They come from all walks of life. They come from all areas of the country. They come from different kinds of disciplines in the mental health field, with one thought in mind: when you're on the line with them, you're the most important person in the world.
Jim, yep, I'm here. Okay. We have a 24-hour call center who deals with emotional distress, suicidal thoughts, any type of imminent danger. We also have a homeless call center dealing with veterans who are in need of housing or housing assistance.
We also have an online chat program, so it's very similar to an instant messaging program that I think a lot of our younger veterans are really familiar with and more comfortable with than actually picking up that phone. We have a text service as well, so they can text us using their cell phones, and both of those services are 24/7, 365.
We've been doing this for 5 years, and in 5 years I believe that we have saved 30,000 lives of veterans that were actively suicidal.
This success is grounded in a respect and understanding of veterans and their experiences.
We have certain types of personalities that volunteer to serve their country. Those people tend to be very strong, and when they perceive a weakness in themselves, we oftentimes try to cover it up.
As difficult as deployment and the military and combat experiences are, coping with some of the after effects of those experiences are just as difficult and require just as much resilience and fortitude and strength as the initial events did.
Rich Barham, the assistant program manager, was one of the original responders. With tours in Vietnam, Grenada, Iraq, and Afghanistan, Rich speaks from experience.
Everything overseas is high speed. Complacency kills. I came home and I sat in my backyard for 30 days and I didn't talk to anybody. And my wife finally came out and said to me, "You need to talk to someone." This was before I came to the crisis line. So I took the advice of my wife and went and started to talk with people. And from that experience, I was able to take my experience not only in combat, but my own personal experience of what I saw, and be able to help veterans when they call. There is no greater honor or duty than we have here than helping veterans.
Even though I don't know you, even though we may have never met before, that's irrelevant. That we can still, be available, to be supportive, to watch each other's six, to watch each other's back, to see what we can do to be helpful, and to get you to the right people.
We care, we want to help, we're here to help, and we're going to do everything we can to help. Don't wait too long. Call as soon as you think you might need help.
Melanie Mercer went to the center in 2010 to produce a VA News on location on the dedicated employees who worked there, and she found dedication was just one of the traits they all shared.
They are committed to helping veterans and their family members, to doing all they can to keep them safe, alive, and hopefully back on the road to living whole, meaningful lives. Here's a clip from that on-location show.
Staff at the hotline exemplify everything that a VA employee should be. How were they recruited?
We have not really employed any sophisticated recruiting strategies, and somehow the right people have arrived on our doorstep who have proven to be some of the most innovative, caring, responsive people I have ever met in my life. People come here to work for a reason, and that reason is they want to provide superb services to veterans in need.
If you or your loved one is a veteran or a service member feeling desperate or considering suicide, there are people here who care and who will listen. Please reach out to them. You fought to save our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for you. We leave you with some special messages from our responders.
If you reach your hand out, we will reach ours back. And if you ask us to walk a mile, we'll walk two with you. Call.
And I'm a Vietnam veteran. And if there are any Vietnam veterans out there that need help, please give us a call. We really do want to help you.
If you have any hesitation about calling, please put it aside. It's more important that you stay safe and call us and talk to someone who cares.
Please call us at 1-800-273-8255, 24/7.
Did you know that veterans can access a trained counselor online using the VA's Veterans Chat program? Veterans Chat is a crisis intervention program for veterans, active duty service members, and their concerned friends and family, available online 24/7, 365. To access the service, go to www.suicidepreventionlifeline.org and click on the Veterans tab. A VA chat counselor will answer chat requests promptly. Veterans Chat is an anonymous service. Staff will not ask for any identifying information.
That's our show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nick Antonetti.
And I'm Yvonne Reynolds. Have a good week out there. Thank you for all you do for our nation's veterans. Until next time.